What's up, what it man? Welcome back, WHITEBOY Lockdown Radio. Welcome to the channel, man. If it's your first time here, smash that subscribe. If you're coming back, take a peek at the blue word down there that says join for the memberships. Give it a shot. Learn about the perks. This video, a lot to say about it. Look, mail, money slips, and magazines. Very important. A lot of feelings, a lot of different types of emotions in this video, and I don't even know if I can hit on every subject, so we're just going to get right into this. Look, you see the first word there, it says mail. I don't think it's going to take for me to tell you this if you watch these type of content, whether it's true crime, whether it's prison genre, whether you have people inside or whether you don't. A piece of mail can really change someone's whole aspect when they're inside of in prison, man. If you have somebody incarcerated in there, man, and you know them personally and you're unable to speak to them on the phone, I'm telling you now, man, a piece of mail does a lot. You know, it can absolutely 1000% change the way somebody is feeling, man. That they could be in a rut inside there. When you're inside a prison, you go through a little you get in a funk. It's very depressing, man. A lot of depression inside of prison. Okay, hey, look, it's a negative place. It's surrounded by bullies and alpha males, and man, you get tired of dealing with that every day. You get tired of you just get tired of it, man. Sometimes you just want to relax, be yourself, man. You don't always want to be on edge and have to go through it, and you don't have. There's no days off in prison. That saying, no days off. That's a really prison slang, man. But getting a piece of mail from your loved ones, man, just from anybody that cares about you, could really change the way that you're living inside. It can take you completely out of that rut, that depression. And there's a feeling inside, especially when you've been thinking about somebody and that letter comes and is hand delivered to you. It's almost a feeling as if I have to explain this, when you're a little kid, it's Christmas Eve. Maybe your mom says, your mom and dad say, hey, you can open up one Christmas gift on on Christmas Eve. You open the rest of them tomorrow, and your mom maybe pushes that one gift towards you that she knows that you want, and you open it up. Or just that maybe if you haven't gone through that, being a little kid on Christmas Eve, expecting Christmas, and waking up in the wee morning hours, and you can't go back to sleep because you're so excited to go out there and rip them presents open. It's comparable to that. Okay, honestly. Now, look, I hate to be the burden here or the bearer of bad news, but it could also be treacherous, man. Treacherous. A piece of mail can also be treacherous because every dude dredges a few pieces of mail when they're getting locked up. It's every man's nightmare, man. Is two things. Well, really three things, and I can wrap it up like this. Okay, the letter that Jody's got your old lady. Okay, the letter that says, "Hey, look, Big Mac can't do this anymore." Okay, I'm seeing somebody, and we can be friends, or however it's written. That could also put somebody into that depression, put somebody into that funk, and spur up an alpha male. The bulliness, it could spur it up. People snap. I fought a dude one time because of the next thing I'm about to say. Loss of family. Hey, look, when you get sentenced to time, okay, most people have done this that I've personally spoken to. If you get, I'm just going to use an example here, 5 years. When you get back from court, it's a different mindset, but you're going to count up exactly your 85% date. You're going to count out, you're going to figure out how old you are when you get out. It's the first thing people do, okay? And then next, in your nightly prayer, you're going to protect your family to be safe, man, because you don't want to be the dude at a funeral in shackles and chains, because that's what's coming and that's what you get. if you're lucky enough to get permission to go to a funeral. It's not guaranteed, 1,000%. But those letters can destroy a man on the inside. Hearing that news. The third thing is family court, divorce, custody, child support, anything legal in the mail is horrific, and that usually comes behind the Jody piece of mail. Okay, hey, look, can't do it anymore. Found this dude. Gonna go hang out with his radio host for a little bit, and here goes the child support papers. Okay, whatever it is, man, you don't that will destroy a dude. Okay, it will destroy a dude. And I want to wrap up mail real fast. Two more things about mail. Look, you can get on the phone, whether you're using the wall phone, where people are putting money on. Okay, that they're supporting you, sending you money and stuff like that, and they're paying for the phone call. When you call somebody and talk to them, it's completely different than a heartfelt letter. Okay, it's just different. And I think in today's society, people don't write letters anymore. They just don't do it. You have email, you have text, you have social media. People don't do it. So it's one thing when you're doing time. You can really, to write a letter. It's people have to think and put thought into it. It's almost like a piece of art, and it's just not used anymore. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if you're using the wall phone or if you're able to get on someone's cell phone on the inside. It's just not the same as a letter. Okay, it's just not the same. But I will say, when I say a kid at Christmas time and stuff like that, I'm talking about everyday life in a dorm. Okay, in Florida here, you get sentenced to prison. You're most likely going to be at an open bay dorm. All right. Now, when you're in confinement, this situation is intensified, man. It's very, very different, man. If you feel like a giddy kid on Christmas getting a letter from somebody who you may have thought have forgotten about you, okay? But when you're in confinement, that's everyday living. But when you're in confinement, it's intensified. Okay, it's intensified, man, because you have nothing. I mean, all day you are staring at blocks. I mean, you're going nuts in there. You don't have too much to walk. If I was to drop down right now and do a push-up, okay? I have the length of my body, all right? I'm pushing it up. If I was to drop right down and do a push-up right now, a confinement cell, I don't have too many more steps from my head to the door and too many more steps from my feet to the wall. It's not a big room. You talk about stir crazy. You go crazy back there, man. You go crazy back there. So when you get a letter, you'll read it probably 20 times. You know what I mean? I've done it. I used to make fun of my roommates. I'm like, hey, dang, how many times are you gonna smell a letter, dude? How many times are you gonna read it? But then if I would get one, I would do the same thing. It's just almost for conversation to make fun of them, but it's not even making fun of them. Man, it's intensified, man. It's like that giddy kid times 50. Now the negative letters, same thing, times 50. Just imagine in confinement getting a negative letter. You're already stir crazy and going nuts. So there's a lot to say about mail. I'm really hitting on this fast, but I will say it can change a dude. For the better or for the worse, look, I've seen dudes steal. I've seen dudes get jealous on the inside because they may be hating on an inmate, and the dude really has a solid woman on the street, and man, the dude creeps the letter. Just for the simple fact to get the address and starts writing on the side, okay? There are some real haters in the prison system, man. Dude stole dude's girlfriend's address, started writing her, okay? And totally did the whole, I don't know who watches the channel. I'm sure if you've been in the streets and stuff, you've had the friend or of the friend or the circumstance where maybe you were dating somebody, maybe you cheated on her, maybe you didn't. But it's your friend told the woman what you did caused a bunch of stuff just so that so-called friend could be with that woman, okay? That happened in a prison aspect, okay? This dude stole, okay, the simple fact that he stole an address, that is like crossing the line on so many levels. But to reach out and tell the woman that he is, another woman seen him at visitation, I mean, they tore the dorm up. They tore the dorm up. You know, there's certain things you just do not cross, man. You know, especially in prison. You know, that is wrong on so many levels. Went in my locker without permission. That's your family. That the dude, they tore the dorm up. Not only fought one time. It was one of those times where they hit the wall, but they didn't just fight one time. I mean, the dude was so livid when he found out. Of course, the old lady told him. Dude came back from visitation and just, they fought, I'm telling you, fought about 6 times. Didn't care. At this point, police see you, anything, you have to go in behind that. You have to go in behind that. And they went in. Dude, I'm not going to say he beat the bricks off the dude that stole the letter, but he got the better of him for sure. But just so disrespectful. Just so disrespectful. Problem with that is, I don't know the second part of the story or not, but problem with that is they both went to confinement, okay? Again, you're stir crazy back there. You are stir crazy back there, and you think about a lot of things, and it's not all positive. Trust me. I can only imagine what was going through that dude's mind, because the other dude is in confinement as well. And when that mail, when that CO walked by and slid letters underneath the door, if he didn't get one and he's looking out the window and sees the other dude get a letter, I wonder if he thought if it was his lady or not. That's enough to make a man crazy. You'd have to be inside and experience confinement to understand this part of the story. Let me know in the comments. Money slips. Money slips I threw in here because in the state of Florida, when you get either a piece of mail, a money slip, or a magazine, it's all passed out at mail, okay? Money slips is a very simple concept here. Money slips is if my mom was to send me $50 when I'm behind the wall, okay, the way that I would get notified is a money slip, all right? It would say my mom's name, or whoever sent me the money, would say the sender's name, the amount of money, okay, and my name and my inmate balance, okay? You get it at mail call, okay? A letter is a letter, okay? A letter is a letter. You know, they hand a letter out, call your name, your letter. A money slip is just a piece of paper, a computer piece of paper. Okay, they fold it in half, it's got one crease, and they hand it to you. Every inmate knows what a money slip is, because even if you don't get money, if you're indigent, if you go to the medical facility, the dental facility, they're going to give you a money slip with a negative balance of $5, whatever it is, and you are to you know what your balance is. So now if, let's say you've been to the dentist twice and medical once, you've racked up $15 in state charges, and someone sends you $50, you're only getting $35. Okay, money slips fall into this video because if you watch the prison genre, if you watch the prison videos, you hear a lot about extortion, manipulation, and this and that. The dudes in gangs and whatnot, they're sitting back. Usually mail call in the state of Florida, it depends on where you're at, what dorm you're in, but it's usually passed out the count before master count, all right? They come out and do it. Maybe they clear count and do it, but regardless, everyone's standing around with the hopes that they're going to get a letter, okay? The people that don't get a letter or expecting a letter or going through something and no one's writing them, they're waiting on the officer to call their name. But while they're waiting there, they're plotting, okay? And if somebody sees me get a white slip, there's only 2 possibilities that can happen here. Somebody sent me money, or I've been to the dentist, the psych doctor, or the medical doctor. Remember, this open bay dorm, you have nothing to do but look at other dudes, okay? You see who goes in and out the dorm. Okay, you see who goes in and out the dorm. If people aren't paying a close attention to me, it's very simple, man. They're gonna say, "Hey, man, you know, a random that saw me get that money slip, a random's gonna come up to me, hey, man, you have any ibuprofens for sale?" No, I ain't been to medical in a year. What are you talking about? I just told whoever's plotting on me that I got money. Because if they're watching me get that slip, and there's only two possibilities, okay, I just cleared one for them. Now the plotting comes, okay? Now the plotting comes. Now I use myself as an example. It would never go like that because I had already made stands in dorms that I was with, whether it was through bros that I brought to the channel here or not. But I'm just giving you an example of how it goes with this extortion and whatnot that you see a lot on these channels. I mean, it's not hard to do here. I don't condone it, don't promote it, but I'm just explaining it, okay? Money slips, a lot of drama on that, okay? So the last one here is going to be magazines, and this is one that I absolutely did not like, but it was essential to have. Look, magazines. I'm going to give you a real quick plug here, right quick. I don't know if they do it. You can Google this. There is a few different websites, okay, you can go to. There is one in Valdosta, Georgia. They will accept stamps, okay, for a magazine subscription, okay? So it doesn't take a genius here. You collect your stamps. It's almost currency in there. I've done a video about that. You could send, so I don't need to call my family. I don't need to have anybody send any money. I could hustle up enough stamps inside a prison and pay for a subscription, okay? Look, you're in prison, you're bored, you want to read stuff, okay? For example, me, big workout person, I had the Muscle Fitness, the Men's Health, the Men's Fitness, all those type of magazines. So I would get my stamps up and I would get those type of magazines, okay? I would get with my bros, example on the playlist here that I've created that have been in prison with me. No matter if it's the White GD, no matter if it's JD, no matter Raven, whoever it is, we would order different stuff, okay? Different magazines. So if I'm getting the Men's Fitness, then you know, Raven maybe get the In Touch or the entertainment one or whatever it is, okay? Now, when I'm done reading mine, we switch off, okay? If he's getting 5 magazines, if I'm getting 5 fitness ones, he might get the 5 entertainment, and then he might get the 5, I don't know, sports, whatever it is, okay? You get US, you can get newspapers, a lot of things, man. So there's a lot of circulated material to read, man, okay? Because they have books in prison, but I'm going to explain the drama, and I talk about pettiness of prison a lot. Pettiness of prison, okay? A lot of times, man, when you watch these channels, all right, the reasons behind the violence are very petty, okay? To take on a side note right quick away from magazines, the first thing I said was mail, okay? And I said there's 3 things that are negative that every inmate dreads. And one was the loss of family. One of the hardest fights that I got into my whole life, okay? I don't consider myself to win this fight. I actually thought the other guy got the best of me. The rest of my bros said I got in there and did it. It was like a straight draw. I did a video on this. Fastest hands on the pound. I fought a dude. He snapped on all the white dudes in there. Okay, he said we can't eat and all this type of stuff, solely because he got off the phone. And when he called home, he learned that police officer, something happened with a police officer, and his brother was killed. His blood brother, okay, his mother's son, okay, was killed. Okay, he snapped. Okay, again, going back to the orange uniform and the chains at a funeral. That's the circumstances he was in. Okay, I didn't know this. He started selling out all the white people in the dorm. Okay, it was pretty racial. I stood up for everybody, and man, you know, I almost had a broke nose behind it, big old black eye. I mean, look, the other dude got banged up too. But I'm just giving you an example of that's how negative. That's what happens, man. Okay. Now back to magazines. Just because we would figure out a nice way for everything to get circulated here. All right. some people don't think like that, okay? And now this little thing that I'm speaking of is not like involving me to have my family buy the magazines, or Raven, or the White GD, or JD, okay? This is all just solely off stamps. It's a simple idea. We have a whole bunch of them, so let's put them to use, okay? It's not revolving around money, and I say that because some people aren't that smart. Some people don't put the stamps to use. Maybe they don't know about the magazine place that will accept stamps for subscriptions. But you're in prison. You have to keep yourself occupied, busy, and on routine, or else you're going to have a tough time. Now, there's drama behind the magazines. And what I mean by that is, in a magazine situation, you in an open bay dorm, okay? So first off, anything with a woman on it is going to cause a lot of drama, okay? Especially if it's Beyonce or Rihanna or something like that, like an In Touch. Now, just because we thought of a simple thing to order magazines and circulate them, people are like, hey man, can I read that? I'd be like, nah man, you can't read it right now. He's got it next. So now that dude would go to him, because if I'm reading my magazine and I'm going to give it to my bros first, eventually it can come back to me. Some people would save magazines. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Technically, if I read something, and in prison, you're going to read the front, the back, the cover, every word, the advertisements, you are bored. What's the point if I take the information in? What's the point to hold it, okay? Never been that type of dude. So all I can tell somebody, if they would like to see me reading the magazine, I can't hide it. I'm not in a room like this. I'm in an open bay dorm. I could just say, hey, here this guy has it next. And of course, my bros come first. So he might go to Raven and say, hey, Raven, Big Matt said you got that magazine next. Can I get it behind you? Of course, my bros have not read it yet. So Raven's going to say, no, JD's got it. Dude's going to walk to JD and say, hey, Raven said you got that next. Can I get it after you? My bros still haven't read it. JD's going to say, no, the White GD has it. Dude's going to walk to the White GD and say, you get the picture. At some point in time, dude who wanted to read the magazine is going to be like, man, they acting all petty and stuff over the magazine, man. Won't let it. Why didn't you read it? No, dude. No, nobody said that. Nobody said that. There's a line here. Respect the line. Okay, respect the line. Okay, and there's issues behind it, because right now this dude just sold out. Okay, and it's in prison. Okay, it's not like the real world where you could say, hey man, look, relax. Okay, let everyone read it first. It's gonna come your way. No one said no to you. No one's saying no to you. Just wait your turn. It's not like that, man. In prison, you have to address that. You have to address that. Hey man, what are you talking about, bro? And then it's unnecessary drama. And this is petty. We're talking about a magazine. But I'm telling you, man, I don't even know if I can explain this one in this video. It happens all the time. I've almost gotten to several altercations over magazines, regardless if they were mine or not. Okay, just because people are impatient and want to read them, and I'm a type of dude. If I have it and everyone sees it, I don't care. I may not even like the person. Okay, I may not like the person for many different reasons. Who wants to read the magazine? Okay, but at the end of the day, it's a magazine. Who cares? I read it. My partner's read it. So go ahead, read it. Some people, I'm telling you, they will put it in their locker all nice and neat and save it, or mail them home. I've seen it all. We're talking about prison people. Magazines, a lot of drama behind it. A lot of drama. I mean, it's just what happens in there. Again, especially if women are on the magazine, okay? Dudes will go crazy and they lose their patience and altercations break out. I know somebody can relate to this video. Please leave it in the comments if you've done time. If you haven't done time and you have people in there, look, write them a letter and send them a magazine if you want. But look, there's altercations behind it. A lot to say with this, man. A lot to say with this. You know, with letters, women spraying the perfume on it. You know, that brings you back to the streets for a second. So if you have somebody in there that you're holding down, man, that literally, because it's that jail smell. It smells like cheese, toenails, and funk. But then you get that letter, and it brings you back. In a second, you're around people in all blue uniforms and all types of noise and ignorance, but it brings you back to the street where you were with this person at one time. I can't explain it. It just does. Take my word for it. This is a real hard subject to do. I've been yapping a long time. It's almost a half hour. If you're still with me, leave it in the comments. Smash that like. It's Team Whitey. It's White Boy Lockdown Radio. Till the next one, man. Stay out. Stay safe. Stay solid, man. Till the next one. Who said white boys can't jump? Subscribe. Gotchas.